I booked this private room in some cozy suburban house through Airbnb. Looked all nice in the pictures, and the host seemed cool in our chats. Seemed like the perfect spot for a solo traveler like me to crash for a few nights. But damn, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. When I showed up, the host gave me this big ol' smile and showed me around the house. Showed me all the amenities. Gave me some tips on what to do around town. You know, the usual stuff. At first, everything seemed normal, but then things started getting weird real quick. The host would hover outside my room like if he was listening for something. And every time I caught him, he acted all innocent and look away real fast. Gave me some serious creeps, but I tried brushing it off as me just being paranoid. Nighttime rolls around, and I'm trying to get some shut-eye, but damn, I couldn't sleep for squat. I kept hearing these faint-ass noises coming from downstairs. Footsteps, muffled cries, and weird bangs echoing through the whole damn house. It was like there was some shady stuff going down in the dark corners. Curiosity and a whole lot of concern got the best of me. So I decided to do some snooping around. Quiet as a mouse, I made my way down the stairs, careful not to make a peep. The noises were getting louder, leading me straight to this locked door in the corner. My heart's pounding like a jackhammer as I try the doorknob, but it's stuck tight. But guess what? Luck was on my side, 'cause I found this rusty old key in the kitchen drawer that fit the damn door. So I unlocked it, and what I saw down the basement stairs nearly made me piss my pants. That basement was straight up horror movie material. Blood-stained tools, restraints, and pictures of who knows what all over the damn walls. It was like a freaking shrine to past abductions. My throat went dry as I realized the host I trusted was one twisted sicko preying on poor souls like me. I had to think fast. Escape was my only shot at survival. I hightailed it back to my room, searching for anything I could use to defend myself. And guess what I found? A freaking knife, man. Gripped it tight, 'cause it was me against the world now. Time felt like it was standing still as I sneaked through the house, avoiding the host's gaze like a ninja. Those creaky-ass floorboards almost gave me away, but somehow luck was still on my side. Managed to stay hidden and found my way to the back door. A ticket to freedom. Just as I stepped outside, wouldn't you know it, the host pops up, blocking my path. His eyes were full-on crazy, and the sick grin was plastered on his face. I knew I had to make a move if I wanted to live through this mess. Summoning all my courage, I lunged forward, knife in hand, ready to throw down. We fought like two wild animals, each fighting tooth and nail for control. And in the midst of all the chaos, I broke free and bolted away from that house, like my life depended on it. I didn't stop running till I hit the nearest gas station. Called the cops, and they came busting into that suburban nightmare. They got that sicko host and rescued whoever was locked up in that basement. Sitting in the back of that cop car, watching the house fade away, I felt a wave of relief wash over me. I survived the Airbnb abduction, but you bet your ass those horrors are gonna stick with me forever. From now on, I'll always keep my guard up, 'cause you never know what kind of darkness can be lurking around the corner. Even in the most innocent-looking places. Story 2, Frozen Truth. I was stoked to roll up to this rat old house I booked on Airbnb for a weekend getaway. It was deep in the woods, all charming and cozy. The host, this mysterious dude, we will call him Mr. S, welcomed me with a grin and handed me the keys. He showed me around, making sure I felt at home. Now, as I chilled in the living room, I couldn't help but notice this door at the end of the hallway. It was cracked open, giving me a peek into the dark unknown. Mr. S caught me eyeing it and gave me a serious heads up. Yo, dude, whatever you do, never open that door. It's the forbidden room, a no-go zone. Trust me, it's for your own safety. Well, his warning just piqued my curiosity even more. Late at night, when everything was quiet and the house was all shadows, I found myself standing in front of that door. Fear and curiosity battled it out inside me as I reached for the doorknob. The door let out this creepy creak as it swung open, revealing pitch black darkness. I hesitated for a second, wondering if I should listen to Mr. S, but, like an idiot, I let my curiosity take over. I stepped into the dark abyss, feeling the temperature drop like crazy. There was this faint glow in the distance, drawing me deeper. I followed it until I stumbled upon a row of fridges. I popped open the first fridge, and holy crap, it was straight up horrifying. A dead body was chilling in there, eyes wide open, staring into the abyss. I was frozen, trying to process what the hell I was seeing, but my curiosity didn't back down. I opened the next fridge, and the next, and the next. Each fridge held another messed up surprise, each corpse frozen in a horrifying moment. Some were young, some were old, but they all had this terrified look on their faces. I couldn't wrap my head around it. The room closed in on me, suffocating me with its morbid secrets. Out of nowhere, a bone-chilling whisper cut through the air, sending shivers down my spine. "I warned you," a voice hissed from behind. I turned around and there was Mr. S, his face twisted with anger and sadness. "You shouldn't have opened that door. You weren't supposed to see this." Tears streamed down my face as I stumbled backward, my mind flipping out in disbelief. "What the hell have you done? Who are these people?" I managed to choke out, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and anger. Mr. S's expression twisted into this twisted grin, his eyes all crazy with madness. "They're my playthings, man. My sick collection," he hissed, his voice sending chills all over my body. "They were never meant to leave this room, but now that you've seen them, you can never escape." I was really scared and tried to escape from the scary truth. My mind was racing, filled with fear and adrenaline as I desperately searched for an escape. I tripped over a chair in a panic and fell down. Mr. S slowly came towards me with a creepy smile. His eyes looked crazed, showing his obsession with his gruesome collection. I felt fear and anger shoot through me as I quickly stood up, trying to protect myself. I hit him as hard as I could on his jaw. It stunned him for a moment, giving me a chance to get out of this scary house. I ran as fast as I could to the door, my heart pounding, determined to escape his control. When I finally made it outside, I took a breath of the cold night air, relieved to be away from the terrifying darkness inside. I grabbed my phone and called the police, begging them to come quickly and stop Mr. S. I told them about the horrible things I had seen. Within minutes, I heard police sirens approaching. I hid behind a tree, watching as they arrived and surrounded the house with their bright flashlights. They arrested Mr. S, his smile turning to defeat. Eventually, the truth about his crimes would be revealed, and he would face punishment. The investigation lasted weeks, revealing the full extent of Mr. S's horrific actions. It emerged that he had tricked people into coming to his home for years, locking them in a restricted room and doing terrible things to them. The discovery of the refrigerators and corpses shocked everyone. Although the memories of that night haunted me, I found some comfort in knowing that I had helped end Mr. S's reign of terror. It would take time and therapy to recover from the emotional scars, but I was grateful to have escaped. Story 3: Unwelcomed Guests. So I arrived at this Airbnb super late at night, dead tired and just wanting to crash. The place seems all cozy, with its dim porch lights and these freaky shadows slinking around the front door. I'm like, alright, let's do this. The host left the key under the doormat, which right off the bat gives me the creeps. I step inside, and bam, instant shivers run down my spine. The air in this joint feels heavy, like some wicked stuff is lurking around. But hey, I shrug it off and lock the door, hoping to find some peace and quiet. The floors are creaking like mad as I make my way to the bedroom. The whole place has this eerie vibe, and I'm starting to second-guess my decision to stay here. I flick on the bedside lamp, trying to ward off the darkness, but man, it barely does the trick. I start unpacking my stuff, but the sound of rustling clothes just reminds me how unnervingly quiet it is. Finally, I crawl into bed, and that's when the shadows decide to put on a show. They're waltzing around the room, shaping up into all sorts of creepy figures on the walls. I try to convince myself it's just my imagination going wild. But then I hear it. A faint noise, like a whisper from downstairs. I strain my ears, trying to catch what the hell is being said, but it's all muffled. Fear starts creeping in, and I feel like something bad's about to go down. Out of nowhere, the front door slams open like a hurricane blew in. My heart skips a beat as heavy footsteps stomp through the house. Panic takes hold, and I'm scrambling to find a hiding spot. I press myself against the wall, holding my breath as the intruders march up the stairs. Their boots make this eerie sound, and their voices grow louder. They're definitely searching for something, or someone. Then I hear this blood-curdling scream, a cry of pure terror. And I realize, oh crap, that's my host. They've found him. I freeze, petrified, as the footsteps get closer and closer. The door to my room slams open. In the dim light, I can barely make out their masked faces, but their eyes are full of evil, and they're holding knives. Blood all over them. One of them lunges at me, this wicked grin on his face. I stumble back, barely avoiding that deadly blade. The other goons close in, circling me like vultures. I know what they want. They want to silence any witnesses. I fight back, man, scratching at their faces, throwing elbows, doing whatever it takes to survive. Adrenaline pumps through my veins, and I push through the pain, trying to break free. But these dudes are strong, overpowering me. As everything starts fading to black, I catch a glimpse of my host's lifeless body on the floor, his eyes staring into nothingness, witnessing the horror show that just went down. That's when it hits me. I ain't getting out of here alive. The last thing I feel is that cold knife piercing my flesh, sending pain shooting through my body. And then everything went black until I woke up in a hospital room. This Airbnb went from a cozy spot to a straight-up nightmare, soaked in the blood of its victims.